The recent statement highlights a key development in Iraq's financial strategy. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, is actively seeking to withdraw excess liquidity from the economy. But what exactly does this mean for the value of the Iraqi dinar, and why is this move significant? Let's break it down. First, let's understand what is meant by excess liquidity. In simple terms, liquidity refers to the amount of money circulating in an economy. When there's too much money in circulation, more than is needed for the economy to function efficiently, it can lead to problems like inflation. Inflation occurs when the value of money decreases and the prices of goods and services increase. So when the central bank removes this excess liquidity, it's essentially pulling some of that surplus money out of circulation. This process of removing excess currency is a common practice used by central banks around the world to maintain control over inflation and stabilize the economy. Now let's dive into why this is important for the value of the Iraqi dinar. The fundamental principle at play here is supply and demand. When there's too much of something, like currency, its value typically drops. But when the supply is reduced and demand remains constant or even increases, the value of the remaining currency tends to rise. This is basic economics. Fewer dinars in circulation make each remaining dinar more valuable. By reducing the number of dinar notes in circulation, the central bank is positioning the currency to increase in value over time. This brings us to the concept of note count reduction. When the central bank collects these excess dinar notes, it effectively reduces the total number of notes in circulation. This reduction is a deliberate strategy to strengthen the currency. By withdrawing these notes, the central bank is tightening the money supply, which could lead to an increase in the purchasing power of each individual dinar. This is how the system has worked historically, and it is a strategy that many central banks, including Iraq's, rely on to stabilize their currencies and foster economic growth. The explanation touches on a broader pattern that we've seen play out in many other countries and economies. When a central bank seeks to reduce excess liquidity, the ultimate goal is to create a more favorable balance between the currency's supply and demand. With fewer dinars circulating, the remaining dinars become more valuable, benefiting the country's economy and its citizens. Of course, it's important to note that this process doesn't happen overnight. The central bank's actions are part of a long-term strategy aimed at gradually enhancing the value of the dinar. This can lead to increased confidence in the currency both domestically and internationally. As the value of the dinar rises, it can attract more foreign investment, improve the country's financial standing, and potentially increase the purchasing power of the Iraqi people.